Hello students, good morning. Welcome to the session. In the previous session, we have gone through what you mean by the different type of categories available and the different type of categories for the communication. Fine. So how you need to communicate with the person because you are working in an what you can say in a team. Fine. So for that you need to communicate with your colleagues. You need to communicate with your what you can say the higher up. Fine, and you need to communicate in the what you can say give the status of your project to your what you can say the team leader or the project manager or to the management team. Fine. So the communication is a very important aspect in case of your project, and not only in project. So whenever you are working in a team, so that is very makes us sensible if you communicate and keep on communicating with the people or to the colleagues. Fine. So yesterday we have gone through some different kind of scenario after studying the what you can say the disperse and the virtual teams. Fine. Virtual teams, they are working on a same project simultaneously, but they are dispersed in nature. Fine. And they are communicated virtually. Fine. So you might have observed the client is in foreign and he is communicating with the what you can say the management which is situated in some remote place. Fine. So they are connected virtually, but they are dispersed in nature. That also we had discussed. So after we had gone through that particular concept, so in that case especially the communication is very important, because you cannot meet that person face to face. Fine. So the communication is very important. So in that case we had discussed the different communication modes. Fine. So first one is same time same place. If the two persons are at the same time and it's the same place, then it will be helpful for them to meet in person. Fine. So then same time, or it may be in the what you can say in the different this thing place or something. Fine. So they need to communicate through what you can say voicemail or telephonic call or something. And there are some situations the different what you can say the time and the different place where they need to communicate with what you can say the notice board or something. Fine. And they will what you can say they make the phone calls, and they will arrange the meetings or something. So through email and through telephonic this thing they can communicate with each other. That is another kind of aspect how they are going to communicate. Fine. So in that case there are different type of stages where you need to with the different category of the communication. Fine. In the project. So at the very first stage, the early stage of a communication they have mentioned as a first step, and second they have mentioned is the intermediate design stage of the project. Then it comes the implementation, exactly implementation of that particular project. So in that case what it makes a sense is, so the different stages of your project is getting executed. In that case what type of communication is more suitable in that situation, that is discussed over here. Fine. So the first one is early stage of a communication. So here almost all apart from what you can say the main coordinator or the project manager, apart from him, fine, the rest people they are unaware of the total project. So what they are doing, what will be the project, what is the scenario involved in it, fine, what are the tools and technology needed, what could be the requirement analysis, fine, what are the technology they need to adapt, fine. So they are totally unaware of. So in this stage, at this particular stage, the colleagues, fine, or what you can say the management people, so they need to communicate with the what you can say the people those are working as a team for that particular project. They need to build a relationship, they need to build a trust among the employee, and that is what the person to person, that is face to face communication is very much what you can say the suitable for this particular situation. Fine. So in that case, because whatever you do so virtually or something, so they do have their own disadvantages. Fine. In that case, a face to face communication, you are going to communicate with that person in personal. Fine. So that will be the more effective, so that any doubts can be cleared, or any suggestions can be taken from the employee, or any new things will come out because of that meeting or something. So the better situation is whenever the management team needs to what you can say the build the trust and or something. So in that case it is better situation you go for the early stage of the communication. The mode of communication is suitable for that will be your same place and at the same time, that is meeting in personal. Fine. So then it comes intermediate design stage of project. So here we do have not complete idea about the project, but some people, so they have started working on it based on their task allocated to them. Fine. So as the project is considered, the requirement analysis is the one phase, and the another this thing is the design phase, right? So in that design case, we do have a little bit information or idea regarding that particular project, but we don't have a complete what you can say, the idea how to communicate, how to complete the task or something, so that we don't know. So in that case, same place with the what you can say, same time with the different place or something. So in that case, you need to communicate through telephonic. Fine. So it is better again, once again you come for the face-to-face meetings. Fine. So that is the another situation where the intermediate design stage of a project will be communicated. Fine. Then it comes the implementation of the project. At this level, each and every team have understood what needs to be done, what technology needs to be adopted. Fine. What should be the output, what is the objective. So they do have a clear-cut idea because they got an input from the requirement team and the design team. So there they can communicate through phone or through email or through any kind of a mode which can be suitable for the remotely or the virtually connected teams, where they can start working individually. So in this situation, the implementation of the project, fine. So there where the same what you can say, this different time and the different place can be communicated through in this kind of project stage or something. Fine. So first is the very early stage of the project execution, where we don't have any what you can say, the idea what needs to be added, what is the requirement, how it can be achieved, what technology tools should be used or something. So the role of your team leader or the project manager is to conduct a meeting and communicate with their what you can say, the colleagues or the people those are working under that particular project. So they need to intimate what needs to be done, and also that is the mode is in person to person. Fine. Here also in intermediate, so it is suitable for both the in person to person also, and in the what you can say, the same time but at the different place. This also can be communicated through the emails or something. Then at last they are understood their what you can say, the roles and responsibilities. Then they can start working individually or independently. In that case, the implementation task can be performed. So this is what which are the different stages and which are the suitable mode of a communication for that particular category or stages of the project. Fine. So then it comes communication plans. Fine. So in this communication plans, what is required? Fine. How you are going to communicate? Fine. To with whom you are going to communicate? Fine. What is the content of communication? What is the objective of the meeting? Fine. Who are all the target audiences are participating in that particular communication? That plays an important and vital role in case of your communication plan. Fine. Whenever there is a meeting of what you can say, the general boarding meeting or the general board meeting or something, that don't involve all the people of the organization. Only few selected people, only few management people will be involved in that particular meeting, and the communication will be formal and it is maintained officially what you can say, the record in that case. So that is a one kind of level a stage where you are communicating with your colleagues or the management people or something. So that could be the another one type. Fine. Then it comes a team leader is communicating with the persons who are working under him. So here two types. One can be officially, where the confidentiality has to be maintained. That can be maintained officially with that particular person. If it is common to all, then he can conduct a meeting and communicate with the that particular person. So that is one objective. It's then another level. And the third one is the team, what you can say, the workers are communicating with each other to discuss their or sharing the ideas or something. So where you can find the informal, what you can say, the communication. Fine. So there are some situations where you need to follow the protocols. Fine. You need to follow some rules and regulations for the what you can say, the communication, whenever based on the situation, based on the what you can say, the complexity involved in it. So that can be analyzed based on that. So what are the communication plans? So first and foremost thing you are going to mention, that is what? Fine. So they have mentioned what, who, or the target, then purpose, then when and the frequency, when they need to communicate frequently for that particular this thing, time, type or method, then responsibility. Fine. So here, so what means, what contains the name of a particular communication or event? What is the objective? Fine. So for what purpose you people are meeting? Fine. So for what purpose the meeting is getting conducted? So that is what is the constraint over here. Fine. In the communication plans, you will clearly come across and you will get the results for these many questions. So that is what is the content, that is the objective of the meeting. Then who or target they have mentioned. So who are all participating in that? So to whom you are addressing? Fine. So whether you are discussing with your board members, fine, or whether you are discussing with your higher member or the team leader, whether you are discussing with your colleagues. So that is what, who are all the target audiences are participating in that particular meeting. Then it comes purpose. What is the communication? Fine, is to achieve the purpose of that communication. Fine. Then it comes when and frequency. Okay, when or frequency means in every, on daily basis you are getting you are conducting a meeting, or on weekly once, or it may be monthly once you are taking the status from your employee. So based on that, so what is the frequency you are getting, or you are conducting the meeting. Then type or method. So what is the nature of communication? For example, a meeting or a distributed document, or any kind of, what you can say, the phone, email. So what is the type or the method through which you are communicating in that meeting? So that is what is an important. So then it comes responsibility of a person who initiates the communication. Fine. So who initiates that meeting? So the whole and sole responsibility will come on his shoulder, because he need to initialize, so introduce by introducing the participants, then what is the objective, then what is the kind of what you can say, the suggestion or requirement they are looking for. Fine. What is expected. Fine. Who are the experts, how to maintain that meeting reviews or something, what is the status they need to coordinate or something. So it is a kind of, what you can say, the role of a team leader or the project manager, who is going to maintain each and every aspect of that particular project. So that is what is nothing but your communication plans. Fine. So the first step of producing such plan is to list the main stakeholders with the special what you can say, the attention to those who are participating in the development and implementation of the project. So that is what. So whenever you are communicating with the people, so that is what is the objective, for what purpose you are meeting, the communication mode. Fine. So then who are all participants, then who takes the responsibility of that, everything needs to be organized. Fine. So whenever you are taking, see, suppose for example somebody else, or some people, those who are conducting an FDP, that is faculty development program, or any kind of webinar or something, the host is the whole and sole responsible for, what you can say, the smooth conduction of that particular FDP or something. Fine. So in that case, so he takes the responsibility in that case. Fine. So then it comes the another part, leadership. Fine. Okay. What is this leadership? And we'll go for the introduction. Fine. Introduction and types of power for the leader and leadership styles. Leadership styles. Fine. So we'll mention over here. Okay. First one is, they have main categorization. So first one is based on the position power. We'll discuss one by one. Position power. And the another category of its or style, you can say it as, that is the different mode or the different type of a power. One is positional power and one is personal power. So one is positional power and one is personal power. In the positional power, they have mentioned coercive power, then connection power, then reward power. And in case of your personal power, it will be an expert power. Then they have mentioned information power, fine. The next one is referent. Okay, what is leadership? Fine. So the leadership is generally taken to mean the ability to influence others in a group, fine, to act in a particular way to achieve a group goals. Fine. I will state it once again. Leadership is generally taken to mean the ability to influence others in a group to act in a particular way to achieve a group goals. Fine. A leader is not necessarily a good manager or vice versa, because as manager have the different roles for organizing, planning and controlling the things. Fine. Okay. This thing. And the next one is leadership is based on the idea of authority or power, although the leaders do not necessarily have much formal authorities. Okay, that power which he gains, okay, it is based on that position, or it may be based on that personal power or something. Fine. Or it may be a mixture of two. Fine. So here a leader is a one who influences others in a group. Fine. What is that? We'll elaborate. The leader and the leadership qualities. Fine. Who is leader? What is leadership? The leader, the one who is going to influence the other group members, fine, to achieve some particular goal, fine, or in some particular way he'll influence that other group member, fine, to achieve the group goals. So he can be stated as a leader. Fine. So in general also you may come across the different type of leaders. Those leaders have been selected based on their what you can say, the characteristics, fine, their behavior, their nature, fine. So their what you can say, the way how they deal with that particular situation, that also plays an important role in case of your leadership. Fine. So the leadership, the leader, that is what the one who influences the other. So that influence can be any format. Fine. So you get influenced by his personal life, you get influenced by his what you can say, his good behavior, you get personal what you can say, the influence by his what you can say, the working nature, the best communication, and the best what you can say, the maintaining the what you can say, the different people with the different what you can say, the hierarchy in the organization. So there may be a different what you can say, the aspects through which a person may get influenced by that particular leader. So leader can be what you can say, he is going to address a mass of people. Fine. It is not only a one what you can say, a group, those who are working in that particular this thing. A leader means he is indicating a mass of people. So that is what complete those who are getting influenced by that particular person, then he could be a good leader. So for example, Mahatma Gandhi, what we have, so he is a leader. So based on his what you can say, the character or behavior, many people get influenced or something. So many the leaders you can go through in nowadays, and also you get influenced by that particular person, then he will be identified as a leader. Fine. So he may influence you in one or other way. So that is not, they have not mentioned any specific this thing, fine. So here that leadership you can achieve by some of the powers, fine. The leadership what you have gone to that particular this thing is based on some powers, fine. So they have categorized the different leadership powers. One is positional power, based on the positional power, and the personal power, fine. So one is the personal power and one is the positional power. So positional power, because he is there in that particular position, he is getting that power, fine. So once he comes out of that position, so people may not look back to him, fine. So this happens in real world scenarios, okay. What is the positional power? He got those powers because of that position. Until unless he is there in that position, so he will be ruling the people or something. So that is a one kind of the category what they have mentioned as a part of positional power. And one is personal power. So he don't have even position, but he has that ability to influence the people. He has that ability to take the people in that particular direction. He will motivate the people, and people are getting influenced by his personal what you can say the things or something, or the personal powers you can say it as. That is nothing but your personal power. But it is in other case the inbuilt qualities of that person is nothing but your personal powers, fine. Then the positional power. So positional power is based on that position, is using or what you can say, he is taking the lead in that particular context. So first we will discuss the personal powers. What do you mean by the personal power? So what is this expert power? The expert power is the, what you can say, the very intelligent quotient, or very, what you can say, the knowledge of that particular person in which he is expertise in. So it is built in. So nobody has influenced him. So by birth he is, what you can say, the expert in that, okay. Many people, they are expert in many aspects, fine. So the leadership qualities, it is not going to, what you can say, take you to the narrow these things, road or the road map, fine. It is in a broad sense we are discussing this, fine. So the personal powers, the expert power means he is personally expertise in that particular aspect. He don't want, what you can say, the other helps or something. So he has that ability to learn in by his own. So that is what is the expert power. Then it comes the information power, fine. So he have that, what you can say, the accessibility to what you can say, to that information. See, suppose everybody are not able to get that information, so if he is having accessibility to that particular information, then based on that information power, so he is using some this thing. So that is also comes under the personal power. So how you are going to communicate, fine. The mode of communication. So how you are going to treat the people, fine. How you are going to satisfy all the people, those who comes to you or something. So in that sense, so that is information power. Then referent power. So up to what extent people can refer you to get influenced by your nature or your character or something. So that is nothing but the power which is makes sense in case of your referent power. So first one is in case of personal power, that is expert power. The personally he is expertise in that. Information power, he is accessible to that information, and how he is going to communicate or this thing. So that is based on that particular information power. Then referent, what you can say, the power. So up to what extent people are referring you and they are getting influenced by your nature or character, that is your referent power, fine. Then it comes the second set, that is the positional power. So this is what just now we discussed, is the personal power, and this is the positional power. So apart from that, person who is, what you can say, acting as a leader, or who is playing a role of leader based on his position based on his position. So that is coercive power, connection power, legitimate power, and reward power. So here coercive power means by making use of that power, he is forcing the people to work on that particular aspect or something, fine. So or what you can say, he will by threatening the people, okay, by using the power of that position, he will threaten the people and get the work done by him. So that is what the kind of power he will be using, making use of his position, that is coercive power. Then the connection power, as he belongs to that particular leadership, or he is acting as a leader, he is going to meet the people those who are at the same position, or sometimes he may get connected with the people at the higher ups or something. In that case, he may get connected with the different type of people involved in that particular uh, area or something. In that case, this is the using that connection, he is influencing the people. So that is what is the position power. Then sorry, legitimate power, which is based on the person's title conferring a specialist, what you can say, the special status. Yes, of course, just by his name, okay, you are referring that particular name and your work is getting done. So just by giving a reference, fine, so you are performing that particular task or something. So you are getting work done by the people just by referring his name or something. So that is what is that kind of power. Then reward power. So that leader is in a position in such a way that if the persons who are working under him gets satisfactory work by them, so then he can reward those people. So in other sense, the where the holder can give a rewards to those who carry out a task to his or her satisfaction. So that is based, if he, the person, those who are working under him, so are working satisfactorily as per his satisfaction, then he can reward them. So that is what is the reward power. So first one is coercive power, connection power, legitimate power, fine, then reward power. And then in case of your personal power, on the other hand, expert power comes from being the personal is able to specialize the task, fine. Then information task, where the holder has exclusive access to the information, so that is the second category. Then a referent power, so which is based on the personal attractiveness of the leader. So that is what, so how the people are getting affected, or how they are getting influenced by your the personal attractiveness, that is of the leader. So that is the referent power. Then it comes leadership styles. Okay, a leader may not be what you can say expert in all the aspects, fine. So the leader cannot be, and what you can say, the role of manager which who is playing is cannot be a leader, because manager has its own, what you can say, the task need to be performed, fine. So the leader, the one who is able to manage each and every task in that particular this thing, and he is having, what you can say, the good knowledge in managing the people. So that is what you can say, the good leadership. So attempts have been made to measure the leadership styles on two axes. So first one is directive autocrat and permissive autocrat, and directive democrat and permissive democrat. So they have given two types of, what you can say, the different type of leadership styles, fine. So where is the one thing, so where the directive means he is going to take his decision by own, fine, and the no need to on his, under his supervision the work is getting done. So that is what is the directive autocrat, fine. And the next thing is permissive autocrat, so where he is taking suggestion from the people those who involved in it, but suggestion and the decision will be taken by the leader only. So that is what is the permissive autocrat, fine. Directive autocrat, permissive autocrat, so that is decision, so makes the decision alone in the first case, that is in directive autocrat, and close the supervision of implementation, that is what. So he takes the decision and he closes that what you can say, the supervision by his own. So that is what is required. And the next one in the permissive autocrat, so he is going to take the, what you can say, the suggestion from the people those who involved in it, but this decision will be taken by the leader only. So this is a short, what you can say, the information regarding what is the leadership, what are the leadership qualities, and what are the different type of leadership styles. Yes, dear friends, in the current, what you can say, in the unit, we have gone through, fine, the title of that chapter was working in teams, fine. So we have already gone through what you mean by the environment needs to be maintained in working a team, how you need to communicate, who is the leader, what are the leadership qualities, how the teams are getting organized based on the different categories, fine. And we have gone through the different type of categories of your teams, that is functional and project based and the mixed, which is the combination of those two, fine. And after that we have gone through how people are getting categorized based on the different aspects, fine. Expertise in that particular this thing, how they need to communicate their higher ups, fine. One is the chief programmer and one is what you can say the democratic, fine. In the chief programmer, a chief person is allocated. He is going to do the all groundwork which is required for that particular project. He completes the requirement analysis phase and he comes up with the design, and then he allocates the task and he allocates the people, those who dedicatedly work for that particular project. So that is one is required. And then in case of your democratic, fine, the people are free to decide, fine. They are free to share their ideas, they are free to share what you can say their views, fine. And they will come up with the collective, what you can say the output, where the complete team is going to take the responsibility as well as the credit, fine. So that is what is the how the people are getting dispersed in the different type of what you can say the teams or something, that also we had discussed. And the communication, how you need to communicate, with whom you are communicating, what is the perspective, fine. What is the what you can say the context, what are the modes of what you can say the communication. And also we have gone through in case of your teams, that is virtually connected dispersed teams, fine, how you are communicating with the people those who are at the remote place, fine. That also we have discussed. And last is the leadership, fine. Who is the leader, what are the leadership qualities, and how the people are getting influenced by that particular leader. So that is what we had discussed. Yes. Next we will move to a new unit, that is risk management, fine. Risk management, and that we will discuss basic definition or introduction to your risk, fine. How you are going to manage the risk, fine. Then the types of risk, fine. Then or you can say it as category, that is category of risk, fine. Then after that a framework for dealing with risk, okay, fine. So let us start. What is the risk, fine. In some situation or in what you can say in the path of your execution of your project, fine. So it is not only related to any kind of a software project or any kind of a businesses. So in every day, in our day-to-day life, you will come across the risk. A famous saying you may come across already is, life is full of risk. Yes? Every day in day-to-day life, whenever you go through any field, whenever you work in any, what you can say, this thing, situation, you may face a risk. Fine? You may face a risk because everything is not so easy in word. Fine? You need to dedicatedly work. Fine? You will come across the different situations because every situation is not under your control. Fine? And the situation will not remain same every time because you have already worked in that same project or something. Fine? But the situation was different. Fine, the risk analysis will be different. So risk is an uncertain event, the condition, the situation that occurs, that if it occurs has a positive or negative effect on project objectives. Yes? See, in our day-to-day life, you may come across, you are investing a money in the market. Fine? You are investing in the money in the market, or suppose for example you are investing your money in some of the what you can say, the policies. Fine? The terms and the conditions, they will clearly mention the terms and conditions apply. What is that? That is associated with your risk factor. Fine? That is associated with your risk factor. So what are the market values or something? So you are investing your money in the share market. Fine? You may get a very good profit, or you may completely lose your money what you have invested. Fine? So that is what, based on the risk dependent or the risk which can arrive or which will be there in the execution of any project. Fine? That is what. So whenever you are investing a money, whenever you are coming up with what you can say, the investment for any kind of what you can say, the shop, the retailer shop, or any what you can say, any kind of business or something in general you can talk. Fine? So that is an best example that you need to understand what much amount of what you can say, the money you are investing in it, what is the kind of risk you may face, what are the different categories of risk you will come across, how to deal with those, and what is the risk recovery factor. Fine? What is the risk recovery factor? Because sometimes whenever you are working with this thing, some with natural disaster, with something happens, so because of that the situation will get different. Fine? The terms and the software or any the raw material which involved in that investment or something which may get what you can say, the higher price, or which may be hiked. Fine? And what you have planned for that particular project may be different, and because of that hike in the price of that particular product, your complete plan went wrong. Fine? So that is what the one kind of a situation where the people are investing money in the market. The most probably that is what investing the money in the share market, the people are coming up with what you can say, they are dealing with the maximum risk. Fine? So there may be a what you can say, the all possibility that they may face a risk. Sometimes it is by their luck they are going to come up with a good profit what they have invested as a part of money. Fine? So in case of your types of category, that is today's session we will just brief out what you mean by that. Okay, one is actor, one is technology, one is the system, and one is the management. Fine? So based on that particular what you can say, the people, those on that particular what you can say, the people who involved in that particular as an actor. Fine? So he may come up with some of the problem, or he may face some problem in between. So that is what is the risk associated with the actor. Fine? Then the situation. Fine? So what you have planned before the starting that particular project, the situations are different. When you start executing, when you complete that first phase, the situation may get a different mode. Fine? In that case, you may get a different type of risk. fine. Then it comes to the technology, fine. So in case of technology, that is what, now you started working on the technology, the duration to complete that particular project will be 5 years, fine. But when you are going to complete that project after 5 years, at that time, what technology you have used have become out of the market, fine. So it has, what you can say, it has become very older technology, and the newer technology comes into the market, and the people don't want to refer your software because you have used that older technology or something. So that is what is the risk associated with that, what you can say, the technology, fine. Then the management, fine. In case of your management, some people have taken that, what you can say, the decision, when the next turn for the management or the other member of the management team comes to the same place, they may not refer the decision what the previous member has taken or something. So that is what is the risk associated with the manager or the management team in general, you can say it as. One is actor, one is the situation, one is the technology, then the management, fine. So that is in case of the decision making. So those who are can control, what you can say, that particular project, those who can influence particular project, if they are unable to fail the decision in that particular situation, that could be an end up with some different thing. That is what is nothing but the some category of the types of risk associated with it, fine. And the framework of dealing with the risk. Okay. So in the next class, we will go through in detail what do you mean by the risk, what are the types with an examples, and then how to deal with the what you can say, the risk, the different type of, what you can say, the risk framing, that we will analyze in the next class. Thank you.